For millions of years, geese have followed the tradition of flying south in the fall and returning in the spring. However, the journey south for the family in front of us has been quite rough. This team is made up of 8 geese, with the father and mother leading at the very front and their children following behind. To help the young ones save energy during this long migration, the parents take turns flying at the tip of the formation to break the wind. Since this is their first migration, the young geese listen carefully to their parents and stay in a tight line. This family is actually a unique mixed breed group. The father is a gray-lag goose, while the mother is an emperor goose. Their children have inherited different traits, with some having pink beaks and others having bright yellow ones. The journey seems to be going well until one playful little member starts to act up and ruins the flying rhythm. As the youngest daughter, she should stay quietly behind her siblings, but she keeps trying to show off. Looking down at the vast land below, the young goose gets excited, making loud noises and breaking the formation. Whenever this happens, the mother has to fly over and guide her back into the group. The father uses the sun's position, along with mountains and rivers, to stay on the right path. After a full day of traveling, he decides they will rest at Lake Cruz tonight. Near the lake, they can find the food they need and use the water to stay safe from predators. After arriving at the resting area, the parents lead the children around to get used to the surroundings and make sure the place is safe. The next morning, a thick fog covers Lake Cruz, making it very hard to see. The family waits by the shore for the right time to keep moving. However, the parents don't notice that the youngest daughter has already wandered off alone to explore. While being curious isn't wrong, being reckless has a price. Once the fog clears, the family prepares to take off. The father gives a signal and leads the way, with the mother and the other children following close behind. The warm air currents today should make the flight a bit easier. It seems everyone has forgotten about the young goose still back at the lake. After she finishes her walk, she starts to realize something is wrong because it is way too quiet. Her family is nowhere to be seen. She tries calling out to them, but there is no answer. Realizing they might have left, she quickly takes off to catch up. This time, her flying is completely different. She flaps her wings hard in a total panic. On her first migration, she can't find the way on her own. Without her parents to guide her, this journey could be the end of her life. Meanwhile, her family is heading south. However, the mother goose finally notices that one child is missing. Without hesitating, she calls out to the father and immediately turns back toward the lake. The father continues leading the rest of the children, knowing the mother will rejoin them soon, so he slows down the pace. The mother flies toward the lake, carefully watching for any sign of her daughter. Soon, she hears that familiar voice. When they reunite, they don't waste time and quickly fly to catch up with the rest of the group. The mother protectively lets her daughter fly right behind her to make the trip easier. They must find the father before dark, as the night is very dangerous. After hours of flying, they finally see the familiar group. After all that trouble, the family is together again. This time, the rebellious daughter has learned a hard lesson that will help her grow up. By sticking together and never giving up on each other, the family crosses mountains, rivers, and lakes. Now, they are finally reaching their final destination. The youngest daughter has developed great willpower, and her parents even let her lead the team sometimes. These geese have used their courage to fight the forces of nature for thousands of years. There is a lot we can learn from them. They will spend the winter in the south of France and fly back home when spring arrives.